Well, hi, Cappy. Good morning from Adelaide, Extinction Rebellion, South Australia. We are here on Kaurna country, and I acknowledge that this is Kaurna land, which was never ceded, stolen Kaurna country. Day 3 of our protests in Adelaide. We are protesting the presence of the Asia Pacific Petroleum Engineers Oil and Gas Conference. Few approving bystanders, which is great. Hi Anna, I saw Kathy earlier on. Very noisy. We came through the railway station here in Adelaide. Great acoustics. And we are walking up past Intercontinental Railway Station, and that's Riverside Centre, to the Convention Centre. We're heading to the eastern entrance, main entrance plaza of Adelaide Convention Centre. Inside, the delegates are gathering to take part in their conference. We were protesting here all day Monday, all day Tuesday, day 3, final day of the conference. Our spirits are still high. We're here with a lot of noise, noise-making machinery. Literally bells and whistles. Hi Gillian. And we have as expected, police presence. Here they all are. Barricades still up. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 police there by the look of it. A few more police around the corner. We've also seen that the fabulous Adelaide Police Greys, the police horses, are out again today. They're hiding somewhere. hard to hide a police force, I know, but we saw them earlier on. And it's Mr. Smiley Policeman, who is always here to cheer us on. Mr. Smiley has a smile on his face all day. Obviously loves his job. And what's not to love with this colourful display of dedicated rebels here to make noise? We are giving an unwelcome to the delegates at this conference. We do not want them here. We do not want petroleum engineers peddling their spin. Peddling, spinning.
Science cannot compromise.
Greenwashing all the way.
Science cannot compromise.
We're highlighting today that next year there is going to be another even bigger conference, APIA, which is another oil and gas organisation. And they're hoping to have a conference next year. They still persist in going ahead with that conference here in Adelaide. Well, I think they might have a slight idea of what they could be faced with. Lots of fantastic noise going on today. As I mentioned just now, APIA, the Australian Petroleum Production and Exploration Association. Well, and they reckon that they are the effective voice of oil and gas. let's just have that again. Australian Petroleum Production and Exploration. They're having a conference here next year, planning to have one in Adelaide. We are saying to them, we do not want you here. You're not welcome. I'm even getting lost for words here. Apoplectic. Cannot believe how appalling it is that they, even 2023, will be still promoting that we need to explore for more oil and gas. Wake up. No more climate lies. And talking of climate lies, lots of topical things are now coming into a great deal of mainstream media. One is our wonderful national netball team. Very underfunded sport, women's sport, and they were given an extremely lucrative deal, much needed money, I believe something like 25 million over 5 years. Fantastic. Problem is, it's from the Reinhardt Mining Corporation. Gina Reinhardt is a known, proud climate denier. She does not believe in all this climate change rubbish. Also, her father, the late Hancock, was an absolute out-and-out racist. Appalling things said about the Aboriginal communities in Australia. So, bravely, the fabulous netball team have stood up and said we are not going to wear a uniform emblazoned with the name Hancock. Negotiations are ongoing, I believe. Sports washing is a very real thing. It is where rich, influential climate criminals and offer money to sporting organisations which are always struggling looking for money. So, another example today. I believe that a top cricketer, Cummins, has said that he will no longer do any advertising and receive money from fossil fuel companies. Even more alarming, or just as alarming, is the fact that COP27, which is coming up, has a major sponsor, Coca-Cola. What on earth is Coca-Cola doing sponsoring a climate change program?
Okay,
right,
as
bit of
you
quiet.
know, Santos is a major sponsor of this conference. Chris has some latest news about Santos.
You ready for some good news? I said, are you ready for some good news? So I'm just going to read the headline that was posted within the last hour by the ABC, which is that Santos ends sponsorship of the popular Darwin Festival after a lengthy campaign by environmentalists opposing fossil fuels. And hopefully they'll be reconsidering sponsoring a conference like this, you'd hope.
And the TDU!
I think there's a few other things that might be worth reminding people, which is that this is the first wave of action for the End Fossil Fuels Now campaign. So this is a campaign that will be running over the next 8 months or so. And the thing that we want to do is we want to really change the way that people are thinking about climate activism in South Australia. This is not about going on a march for one day, you know, feeling good about yourself, and then nothing changing, right? It's too late for that. I'm really sorry, but it's just too late. And I really appreciate everyone who's come out day after day and, you know, who's connected to that, who understands that.
Woo!
So in 2022, what climate activism looks like, it looks like what we saw in Sydney earlier in the year, where Marley Cooper put a bike lock around her neck and attached herself to a car blocking access to the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Of course, we stand in solidarity with our friends at Blockade and all the groups, around the country that are taking proportionate action and any action really on the climate emergency. So this is just the first wave of a sustained campaign, and what we want to do is we want to transform the approach to activism here. This has to be about day after day after day. Do you think the people at Santos rock up one day every few months? No, they rock up every single bloody day. And that's what we're going to be doing in the next wave. So the next wave of action will be targeting the Santos Tour Down Under. For those not aware, the state government actually has a special agreement with Santos. It's called a deed of undertaking.
Shame.
Now, it sounds boring, and in some ways, it's a detail that will get lost, right? A detail that will get lost in the mix, of all the other gobbledygook that's passed in Parliament. But what this agreement is, essentially is, it's a result of years and years of lobbying from Santos. We have to remember that this is a company that only cares about profit. Let's not be naive here. Under this capitalist toxic system we're under, the only thing that makes sense is profit. They don't care about being in South Australia. They don't care about the climate emergency. They don't care about reducing emissions. They care about making money. That's the raw, brutal truth. And the raw, brutal truth is that our government is willing to put that same money to stop us from being here today. I mean, look at all the police officers that are here and on the doors on the other entrance. They're getting paid a salary. If they're working, they should be paid, right? But if you think about all the police that are here for the last 3 days, I'm sure a lot of people have been up since 4 a.m. Sorry about that. Sorry, not sorry. They're being paid a wage. They're being paid by the hour. It's quite possible that some people here might have taken might have been on annual leave and had been pulled back. We know that back in 2008, there were peace protesters who were planning a blockade here at the Adelaide Convention Centre for a defence conference. So a lot of these defence conferences have been, popping up around Australia over the years, and they try and be discreet because they know that, activists are going to come out and be staunch, right? And what happened, there's a really great video from the Social Change Library. I think I've got that right. This is all made up on the fly, by the way. I don't have a speech. What happened is that they communicated very early on that people from around the country would be coming out to be part of the blockade, right? In the lead up to that blockade and that conference, the police did the figures, right? Because at the end of the day, under capitalism, it's about money. And they realized, wait a minute, this is too expensive for us to be here. And God, all of our workers are going to hate showing up, coming off annual leave, right? Just to be here, to hear all the noise and anarchy, in quotes, anarchy, that that's going to arrive. So that event was cancelled. With all of these things, there's an upper limit, there's a threshold, right? And what we need to be doing is to be getting right up to that upper limit and pushing it. There's a limit on the number of spaces that are available in the watch house. They can only arrest so many people, right? They're only going to spend so much until they cave. And what we need to do is we need to make them cave. So that conference was cancelled, and our hope is that next year, when the APEA conference, that's the Australian, I always butcher the acronym.
Australian Petroleum.
That's right. Yeah, thank you. Collectively, we have the answers. So the Australian
Petroleum.
Petroleum Production and Exploration Association, effectively, the lobbyists that have, lobbying politicians. They're having their conference here. Now the conference today is like a technical conference. It's for like engineers. I would know, I'm an engineer, I've been to these things before, right? These conferences are smaller, right? They're smaller conferences because they're just about the people working in the industry. The Appear conference will be bigger, right? And that means our presence will be bigger. But by coming out day after day after day, we've clearly communicated the potential cost of having that conference being held in South Australia next year. So that conference is going ahead in May. I'll just get the exact dates. For those behind the barricade, you might want to get out your phone and book some annual leave. Where have I put this? Yeah, tough crowd. So the Appear conference will be from May 15 to 18. Next year, 2023. The other thing you could do is you could write letters to Peter Malinauskas and hope that he does something, but we know that writing letters doesn't work. I wrote a letter yesterday to the advertiser. I said, hey guys, in your headline you said climate activists vowed to disrupt commuters again today. But our plans for, we've been sending out releases to the advertiser for the last 3 weeks, communicating that we're just doing targeted action today at this conference. Of course, they were emailed and followed up straight away. I gave them a call. They said email us. Easier to ignore an email than a call. And as far as I'm aware, some people can check, but I don't believe that headline's going to change. And in fact, my understanding is there's a policy of not making those kind of changes.
Murder lies!
I mean, that's pretty bad, right? Like, there's probably a code of ethics on their website, and they probably, pretend to follow all of that. But if the self-interested view of the media is to convince you that they're telling you the truth, then you would expect them to correct a mistake. And we all make mistakes. I made a mistake the other day when I was talking to this lovely gentleman on 5AA. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this stage, so I better wrap it up. A few things to really point out, though, that are really important, which is that we will be doing this again at the Santos Tour Down Under. People will remember that last year we put out a message that we were intending on stopping the race. It could happen.
What's the date for that?
In fact, what happens now is up to us. What we choose to do.
It's in January. Okay.
Because the reality is that we are more powerful than we think. And what's going to define the future is the level of resistance that we engage with today. So let's get on with it.
Some rousing words from Chris. Got my microphone back up again. Our media spokesperson. I was talking about all sorts of greenwashing and sports washing that goes on. People polluting corporations trying to get social license by doing lovely things. And like Santos funding the Tour Down Under.
We're going to move now. For those with trolleys, that truck, anything else, there's a lift here.
We're going to be a bit of a movable feast today. We're currently at this
stop sign on it. You can walk around.
eastern door,
So we're going to head on to the west side of
we will be moving
Conference Centre.
to the west. So just round the corner. So thank you, lovely people, for joining in. Excuse me. Hi, Kim. Who else have we got here? Let me have a look. Natasha, hi. Colleen, good morning. Mary, morning to you. Tim. And Darren. Who else? Adelaide. I hope that's said correctly. So, we're going round to the western side of the convention centre. Looks like war. We are a small group today, but it's very exciting. We have some first timers with us today who've been inspired by what they've seen on our social media and coming along to take part in a noisy protest. And through Monday and Tuesday and today there are some other people whose first time is out with us in Extinction Rebellion South Australia. So we welcome you all. Our numbers have been a little bit depleted by some slightly naughty people who've been arrested in the last couple of days. So their bail conditions mean that they can't come anywhere near the convention centre. So we're missing them very much. Missing you. Happy if you're still in there watching. Thanks, Karen. Lovely to get some enthusiastic comments from people watching. It's amazing how much noise a small number of people can make. But as we were saying earlier, it is exhausting. Many people are happy to join in a rally and march and have a day's marching, but that really is not enough to get really sustained change. We need consistent, persistent effort. We're heading to the west door. Great work from Dan. See behind us.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Here we go.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Get the hell out of my state!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wanted criminals at the door!
5, 6, 7, 8.
Get the hell out of my state!
1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Get the hell out of my state!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wanted criminals at the door!
5, 6, 7, 8.
Get the hell out of my state!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wanted criminals at the door!
5, 6, 7, 8.
Get the hell out of my state!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wanted criminals at the door!
Thought you'd like to see a little view of the Adelaide skyline there. Looking beautiful today, but sadly, oh gosh, look at the police. It will not be beautiful forever if we carry on with the global destruction caused by burning fossil fuels and all the polluting products that come out of that and byproducts. Here we have our lovely reception committee. Hi Richard. And we have our fantastic drum which has been installed. probably about 30 police on this side. This is the west entrance to the Adelaide Convention Centre. Inside we have the Australia, Asia Pacific Conference Oil and Gas. Hi Des. I'll move a little way down here where it's a little bit quieter. Apparently my microphone does pick up my voice amongst the noise, but I really cannot hear to think. We've got some more people arriving down here, which is great. So, for a small little noisy band of rebels, we've got 30 police guarding a door. I'm sure we can have better use of those tax dollars. More police down there. No idea how many all up. Probably be at least 50 or more police deployed today, plus the police horses that are round and about. So, why are we here? We've been going for a while. This is day 3 of our blockade, our demonstration of unwelcome to the Asia Pacific Oil and Gas Conference. There are delegates from countries all over the Asia Pacific region, about 800 delegates inside. It is specifically a petroleum engineers conference, so a fairly small conference. There are delegates from about 30 different countries. What we find particularly upsetting is the fact that South Australia has declared a climate emergency. The Mel and Mai government, it was one of their election promises, and they declared soon after coming into government, they finalised the climate emergency bill that was in Parliament. So that they have declared a climate emergency, which is great. But it's not enough. You can't just do that and then not have serious action on it. And how they demonstrated their inaction? Well, right now, the South Australian government is a major partner of this conference. They are welcoming these polluters, these climate criminals, into our state. And we say, that is not right. We want real action on climate. South Australia has been leading the way in renewable energies. Familiar faces. Many of these police officers have been with us for the last 2 days. Our wonderful marshal keeping an eye on us all. I'm going down the steps because I think somebody's doing some chalking. And we have as well our usual suspects following us here. Also from law enforcement. And we have some is extremely tiring work, I must say. Third day of our demonstrations here, but we have an announcement about to be made. Everything's going quiet.
Folks, this is from a local Adelaide band, Seabass, great supporters of Extinction Rebellion.
So shout out for local music, local band, Seabass playing. Hi Richard, thank you.
And I don't want to lose you, but I know that I have to. Cause you fucked it up.
Great messaging in the song. You fucked it up. Their words. Here comes a delegate scurrying in to the nice music. What is the time now? Not even 9 o'clock, so probably the early sessions have started, but we are. Yeah, they've just spotted the delegate going in. More delegates going in. XRSA, unwelcome. See some more talking. Dharma doing their walking up and down. Morning commuter traffic coming into town, quite quiet. So, Adelaide Convention Centre, for those of you who just joined us, we're at Adelaide Convention Centre, we're at the western door of the conference, and we're here because inside we have the Asia Pacific Petroleum Engineers Oil and Gas Conference. So it's full of engineers who are looking at how they can make their industry sustainable. The only way it can be sustainable is by not digging up fossil fuels and burning them. Just going by. We've had a hectic couple of days. Back for day 3, final day of the conference. Yesterday we had the spectacular Oilies, our rebels, performing street theatre, representing the death and destruction caused by the fossil fuel industry. Check out yesterday's live streams, videos. There'll be much more capture images, photos that will be processed and going up online. Have a look at the Oilies. The Oilies are going to come back again today, around about 2 we think. So tune in later on to see them if you missed them.
Folks, that was Seabass, local Adelaide band. 2 members of that band have played at our actions. They watched us put our lives on the line, so they watched us sitting on roads. They support us 100%.
So shout out to Seabass, local Adelaide band, supporters of Extinction Rebellion South Australia and producers of beautiful music.
Folks, May Dawn has just arrived. We're going to play May Scream. Unfortunately, May can't stay, she's working, so we're going to play May Scream followed by Dave McAvoy's Ochre soundtrack.
Some more beautiful local music. queued up in a prime position. Now, is that Simone rather than Simon? Thank you for your beautiful words. Meme Scream. This is the beautiful music composed, played by local artist Dave McAvoy. Also supporter and member of Extinction Rebellion South Australia. Hi Marcus, welcome to the channel, live streaming from Adelaide Convention Centre. Some beautiful tranquil music composed and performed by Dave McAvoy. Beautiful quiet interlude over, we're off again. Some noise, crazy energy. We have some delegates who just arrived.
Hello, my fellow rebels. Good morning, and thank you very much much for your courage and your commitment and your dedication to make sure that people hear about what it is that matters. Our earth matters, our children matter, our grandchildren, our future matters. You making a stand matters for the rest of us who cannot. I'm so sorry that I can't join you during this time, but I just encourage you to continue what you're doing, because much as it disturbs some people, the fact is our activities get the message through the media out in public where we need to get those messages heard. This morning, Santos was dropped as a sponsor for the Darwin Festival, which was a direct result of the climate activists who have been fighting for this to happen. We want an end to all fossil fuels, and we want an end to fossil fuels now. Continue with your message. Courageous rebels, I love you all. Thank you.
Okay, let's start off making some noise. Bang away.
That was the lovely Meme, who has to go to work now. Otherwise she'd be with us banging on the barricades. So great news, because Santos has gone from funding sponsoring the Darwin Festival. Santos was dropped by Tennis Australia as a major sponsor of the Australian Open. So people are waking up to this. We don't want dirty polluters, climate criminals, greenwashing their deeds and sports washing their deeds and art washing their deeds by giving money. They're not just giving money because they want to. They pay little or no tax. There are billions of dollars every year that goes into funding from the government. So how's about we change that up a little bit? Come round the steps again. Not quite sure we're getting barricade down here. Got 4 horses over the road now. Their barracks are, the horse stables are not far from here, so they're probably just having a fun day out. Having a little bit of noise training for the horses. Got some people working the traffic down there. People driving in to work, 5 to 9 here in Adelaide. Maybe they've done the school drop-off. Oh, thank you, Simone. Conscientious protectors. Yes. Yesterday or last 2 days, we've temporarily had some of our conscientious protectors removed because they were arrested and they can't come back anywhere near the conference centre because of their bail conditions. So we're going to meet up with them elsewhere in Adelaide at lunchtime for a little party with them. on were concerned that the water bottle wrapped in what looked like a tea towel might damage this structure. I thought that was the least of the ones that might damage the structure, but never mind. Anyway, who we got? Yeah, the drummers are really great. We have a professional drummer amongst us today, which is fantastic. Dan, he can just go on forever and ever. He's brilliant, setting up a great rhythm. And it really is amazing how effective just a little whistle and any implement that makes a noise, the drum, how really effective it is. So we must end fossil fuels now. Earlier on we had Chris was talking about this is the beginning of a wave of campaigns that we are holding for the next about 8 months. We are started off here, attending a blockade at the Asia Pacific Oil and Gas Conference, and we are going to be continuing. We will be having a little rest, regeneration break after this conference, after this week, and then planning for our next wave of actions. Well, we already are planning. And one of the big focuses is going to be the Tour Down Under, which is major sponsored and has naming rights of, I hate to say their names, give them any airwaves, but Santos is a major sponsor and has naming rights to the international cycling race, the Tour Down Under. So I'm just going to make my way up along onto the bridge because we've now got a banner being hung from the bridge. We will still hear this noise. Whistles going for delegates entering the conference. Here comes another delegate. Let's hear what happens. Yep, he got a thorough unwelcome from the whistles and drummers. More police, another delegate going in, looking a bit worried he should be. He should be worried about the job he's in. This conference of petroleum engineers is here to try and see how they can be sustainable into the future. I mean, really, it's laughable. Coal stream carbon capture is the technology that Santos is really spruiking up at this conference. They're reckoning that if you, well, security down there guarding the loading dock, they reckon you just open up more oil and more gas, pump it out, and then they can pump carbon dioxide back underground and store it. It is not proven to be a sound technology. Certainly nothing in the scale that it would be required. So just don't pump it up in the first place. Let's have a look at the banners. And obviously the police horses have been by here. Hi. So we've got our brave protectors of the banner. Thank you, guys. So on the Morford Street Bridge, we have the back of End Fossil Fuels Now, which is the name that we have given to the campaign that we have started now and will be running right through for the next few months. We'll be targeting the Tour Down Under. We'll be targeting, if they still choose to go ahead with it, the APIA conference next year, and who knows what else. don't be a nuisance. I was just advised. Well, we do pay taxes, and we don't want our tax money being spent on subsidising and supporting petroleum and gas. Conference. We do not want it at all in town next year. The Appia petroleum production and exploration mob, we don't want them here. We want our tax money. We want the billions in subsidies for the fossil fuel industry put to good use. And that good use would be a just transition, transitioning from a fossil fuel economy to a renewable economy. South Australia has been leading the way in renewable energy. Why can't we have some billions more channeled into creating new jobs for the fossil fuel workers? Money go into just admonishing somebody for putting a foot in the road. Yeah, let's use that money. Yes, I'm a taxpayer. I want my money used to help make this planet sustainable. I think there still seems to be a bit of debate whether it's too late and we've gone too far, whether things can be reversed. If we act strongly now, can we just maintain where we're at with our warming that we've reached so far? Whatever the answer really is, we need strong action now, at the very, very, very least, to stop any further warming.
I don't want to make it obvious to police, but I think they're going to do an action at that end soon.
Oh, Meme, you're back on again. Hi. Thanks for coming back. Thank you for your beautiful words earlier. Stirring, inspiring. We love you, Meme. White shoes on. Maybe that's some guilt about the industry he's in. Lots and lots of noise from a small and mighty band of rebels. side are you on? You're going to be on the right side of history. It's already happening, seems to be in rapid succession, that people are dumping fossil fuel companies for sports sponsorship. Like tobacco once said that their product was really healthy. I used to live in a developing country. No, that's fine. It's all part of live streaming.
So get ready, so you can bring your flags and placards.
Thank you, Mel.
The trolley is, we don't know where it is.
So we're going to have a little move again. It's 9:10. A lot of people late for work. Maybe they're just having a jaunt. Streaming into town. No buses seem to come this way. We need a better public transport system in Adelaide, that's for sure. Not everybody can live near town. Dharma giving us a beep as she goes by. Not everybody can live close to the city. How's about our... Hi, Gemma. Yeah, you're not wrong, Simone. It really shows whose side are you on. Protecting the police, protecting the climate criminals, not the peaceful protesters, non-violent protesters. Yes, as I was saying, not everybody can live close to the city. A lot of people have to work here, around here, nearby, or in Adelaide it's not easy to get across town. North-south corridors are often quite good public transport. So what we need is a good, better transport system for the public. And how's about making it free for unemployed people? That's been lobbied for a very, very long time. Here we have Peter being taken away, came back for his bag, and he's with our media, TV media.
Thank Thank you, Peter. Yay, Peter.
Where are we going?
Green backpack. Oh, backpack. Here. Green backpack.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a slow walk around down the street here. We'll take a right. There is a ramp for people with trolleys. There are 2 ramps down at the bottom here. We'll get back up onto the plaza on the other side. But follow us, we'll take you up there.
Okay, I think I'll do a little bit of battery saving. We're going to leave this lovely mulberry. It's quite interesting, there are a few new faces in the police lineup today that I've seen, and they got very grim faces. We had some lovely smiley police the last 2 days, and these are not smiley. I think they've been chosen. So how many we've got? 1, 2 down there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 31. And the horses are not there at the moment. 31 there. Another 4 down here. It's 35. Probably still some over on the western side. But I will end up now, and we'll start another live stream later on today, saving battery. Thank you, beautiful people, for watching. Yes, rebels in Parliament, what we need are citizens' assemblies. Absolutely right. So, ending this stream now.
So we're at the loading bay at the moment. Just for a little brief interlude. Oop. Hope I wasn't too bumpy there, everyone. As you've had over the last few days, a few live streamers are a bit more experienced than myself. If you're joining us at the moment, we're going to have a break a little bit later. So we're going to be heading up to Light Square for lunch. And we're hoping to have some live music from an awesome band that contacted us earlier in the week, wanting to come out and show their support through music. So hopefully that'll be all up and running, and we'll be on break from 11 o'clock in Light Square. Bring your own lunch, come out, chill out. Some of our arrestables from earlier in the week will be joining us. So yeah. And again, in one of the speeches earlier, someone said that, someone was me, you know, that in 2022, you know, climate activism can't stop at a one-day march. It has to be day after day. And with that, I think we'll wrap up this very quick live stream. Thank you.
What's up, everybody? We are Deadhead Chemistry, and we're going to be playing some tunes for you guys today for all your hard work. Please enjoy. We're going to be starting off with some lighter stuff, then getting a little bit heavier today goes on. Behind me, we have Brendan Duke on bass, John on the drums, and my name is Josh. I'm going to be on guitar and vocals for a bit, and then Brendan will be doing some guitar as well. In disguise, put your vote for them when you trusted them. But now it's gonna be our demise. So rise up, protest. Only chance you got, gotta take the test. These flunkies, corporations, poisoning the mind for the population. Rise up, rise up, rise up, take control. Rise up, rise up, rise up and take control. Rise up, rise up, rise up and take control. Rise up, rise up, rise up and take control. I can't keep on living like this. Climate change and they're still taking the piss. There's no hope left for tomorrow. Caught up in the clouds, you're drowning in sorrow. Life of living is not your own. Maybe it's for the best if you didn't even know. Keep the cash flow coming in, cause people gotta die. Only really care if the money multiplies. Rise up, rise up, rise up, take control. Rise up, rise up, rise up and take control. Rise up, rise up, rise up and take control. Rise up, rise up, rise up and take control. Rise up, rise up and take control. Rise up, rise up, rise up and take control. Yeah! Thank you.
That's alright. We don't care if it's faster. Running dry, I'm so tired on everything. Wasting time, living a life I despise.
process my grief and my time to let my head figure all this out. Listen up and I'll tell you what I need. Takes away from all the shit around I consider me. People around me, it's just who I am. So tell me, are you coming home? I don't know what you want from me, 'cause I've been trying to say cards is simply about the future and about myself, about pretty much everything else. All it was to you was a distraction, so I won't give you the satisfaction to walk back into my life like you've done nothing wrong. Listen up and I'll tell you what I need. Takes away from all the shit that I consider me. Some people around me who I trust and who I love. So tell me, are you coming home? Listen up and I'll tell you what I need. Takes away from all this shit where I consider breathe. There's some people around me who I trust and who I love. So tell me, are you coming home? Are you coming home? Are you coming home? Are you coming home? Thank you. Alright, so now our faithful bassist Brendan is going to hop on guitar and vocals for this next one, which is a cover by No Cigar.
I'm actually, seriously wondering whether we could actually. Their bass speaker's dying.
Right, okay.
And I'm just wondering if we could use one of ours. But you've got this in here.
Yeah, just be aware. I'm live streaming. I'm just using this as a tripod so I can take it off. And you can have. Do you want me to do that so you can have a look?
Just having a look at the speaker to see whether or not it's got the right input.
So yeah, so we're just thinking about swapping out the speaker right now for one of the ones that we have with us, which is what I was using for the temporary tripod. So it might just be a moment. All right, and I hope people can hear me. It's a little bit noisy. We've got a bit of music going on, but we've got action continuing today. We're going to be returning to the convention centre. We're going to have the Oilies. We'll be back again and doing a few other things, keeping things interesting. So yeah, it'll be back to the music soon. I'm just trying to think. So just maybe just a bit of background on the music today. So, I might step back while we get it working. So I'll flick this around so people can see all the crew that are out here. Where are we? Yoink. So we're just in Light Square at the moment. Can't remember the Ghana name for this spot. So if anyone knows, feel free to pop it in the chat. That'd be awesome. Yeah, so these guys reached out to us on Monday night after seeing the first day of the Blockade, and they were like, oh, we'd love to come play music. And so we kept the conversation going and managed to get them out here today to play some music, which is great. Just goes to show that, like, when you do bigger, ambitious actions, especially ones that go day after day and maintain sort of public interest and public attention, that, you know, new and sporadic things can happen. You know, on our way here, we had someone who was completely new join us. In fact, we've had 2 or 3 people on our way here. Sort of, you know, they've seen us on the news, they're interested to learn more, and, you know, us having a visible presence here in Light Square makes us really approachable. You know, people can walk up to us and have a friendly conversation, enjoy some lunch. You know, we are on the 3rd day of sustained action, and you know, we're a bit tired. You know, a lot of us have been waking up very early to get here, 7:30 for the last 3 days. There's been a lot of noise. I'm sure if you're following the live streams that you would have heard a lot of that noise. And so, you know, one of the important things within XR is that we have a regenerative culture, and, you know, that means having a bit of time like this where we can regenerate and sort of reflect and and enjoy a bit of time and a bit of everyone's company. What I might do at the moment is I might go and talk to one of our arrested rebels who's just handing out strawberries. Kate, would you be happy to talk on the live stream?
Yeah, sure.
All right, do you want to come around here? And so I'm going to do it on this side. So where are we? Let's get you in shot. Does that look good? You look good?
Yeah, I look odd. I always look good.
Yeah, I knew that, sorry. So do you want to explain to people what you did and what happened?
Sure. So, I did actually try and get inside at one stage, and in fact we did get inside, but we couldn't actually do anything because we were on the wrong side of the side. So we couldn't get into the convention centre proper where the oil and gas conference was happening. But then we went out around on the other side where all the police were, and then so many of them, and I noticed that other people were sitting down, and I thought I should join them in solidarity. So I did, and I did a little go on the megaphone thing, which was fun. And then the police came along for some strange reason, said we had to move, and I thought that that's really giving into the oil and gas industry if I'm moving away from blockading the doors. So I said I wouldn't move, and then the police said, well, if you don't move, we'll arrest you. And I thought a bit more about it, and I thought, no, I want to send a message to the oil and gas industry that I am not for moving. I'm doing this for my grandchildren. I'm doing this for all the people in Victoria who are suffering most horrendous time with the floods, and the people in New South Wales who are going to have floods as well, and the people in Pakistan, and the people all around the world who are having a terrible time with the with the effects of climate change. It's here right now, here, absolutely right now. And so I thought, nope, I have to do this in solidarity. And so they arrested me, and I sang my little song to them about it isn't nice, but I won't do that to you now because I've got a flat voice.
And we've got other music.
So it's all music, but it's a fabulous action. There's so many brave people, people doing extraordinary things to send a message to the oil and gas conference. So thanks, Chris. Over to you.
Great, thank you so much. All right, I think we're about to do another song, so I'll just get into position for that. Are we good? Oh. Anna, can you... All right, this is going out live, so you're now live streaming.
Great.
Can I leave this with you for a few minutes?
Sure you can.
Yeah, sure.
Testing. Alright guys, so we've been requested to play a heavier song, so this next one is Don't Own Me, it's an original. You want a heavy one or a lighter one next?
Go back to uni. Oh, bless. Have another one. I will. Thank you. I'm gonna go pick up the kids soon. Oh, yes.
Awesome. You guys are awesome.
Perfect. Then you came and shared all the. They've got to get back to uni. Bless. Let's keep it popping.
Well, it's not easy to look good and dance to it, but then what you got to do is not give.
Exactly.
I'm just worried about that lunch. I just stopped out.
Right, it's going down faster now.
A big lunch. You won't think you're Peter Garrett because he just goes, yay.
That's it. Go berserk. That's it.
Limbs are about double the length of mine.
I know. He's just got these
Zombie! Why does he go back? It's just ghastly. I mean, he's not a good laugh. No, but he's so good. Pulls it off though. He goes really smash.
He's got energy. It's like he's stuck his fingers in a PowerPoint.
And he's got rubber joints or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, the children are amazing. Taking the lead.
Yeah, I can see. Thanks for trying, hun.
Alright, this next one's a cover from everyone's favourite Aussie punk band, The Chants.
Woo!
Storm of Darts.
Yeah!
Alright, so earlier we played a song called Rise Up, and today we're going to be doing, now we're going to be doing a slightly heavier version of that.
Great.
The time calls for it.
Woo! Heavy! Sit.
Of those puppets in disguise, took the gold there and trusted them. But now it's gonna be all in mine. So rise up,
Rise up.
Only Jesus got gotta take the test. One piece corporation, working in the minds of the population. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Rise up. Rise up. Rise up. Rise up. Rise up. Rise up. Rise up.
I can't keep it like the climate change and the bear still taking the place.
got heaps. I've been painting across them. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's going live. Just be careful. Yeah. You say we go. Sorry. I'm in a bit of a...
Oh my God. Oh.
Harold?
I'll check.
Blue flag. Did you get the blue flag up on it?
Yeah, lovely time. What a piece of cake. Sorry. Enjoy the gastro for the next.
We're going to do a couple of instrumentals because we've run out of savoury lyrics, so...
Alright everyone, it's me again. Hope you're not sick of my face. So we're going to be heading back to the convention centre soon. And if you're around, if you're watching this live stream, I know Angela is, and Emma, then feel free to join us. We're going to have the Oilies back out. So we'll be heading off pretty soon. We expect to be back at the convention centre for 1:30. Keep an eye on our live stream because we'll be streaming for the rest of the day. Of course, we've still got some shenanigans that we've got planned because we go to the very end. And I think that's really important.
There's a little song that we have to practice. It's very easy. It's written by Kathy at the request of Chris. And it goes to the tune of Rain, Rain, Go Away. So the words are...
Anna, fix his mic.
Gas and oil, go away. Don't come back next year in May. So you ready? Gas and oil, go away. Don't come back next year in May. Fantastic.
Want us to play the
I think that might be too difficult at this stage.
Oh, okay, no worries. We were just wondering what the plan is just for...
Yep, some of this we're making up as we go.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I'm still on the live stream, but we'll have a chat after.
Okay, sure.
So
the dramatists have to leave. Me and Brendan are able to stay. We have electronic drums, so we could actually set up a kind of like...
Probably don't have time for that. I reckon, do you have time for one more song?
Right now?
Yeah. Alright, can we do that? Yeah, nice, heavy, loud, get people fired up, and then people probably start to move on from that way. Awesome, cool, thank you. I'm not sure if you heard that, but a little bit behind the scenes. And we got Harold on the mic. Alright, we're going to have one last song, friends, just to get the energy levels up before we move back off to the convention centre. So, look forward to that. Maybe while they're just setting up, I'll just say that, this is, the last day of our actions at the Asia Pacific Oil and Gas Conference. And if you want to get involved, we're going to have some details later today going out about the next wave, which will be at the Santos Tour Down Under. So keep an eye on that. And we're looking forward to having you join us as we get to it. Just going to have a seat. Hope everyone's having a lovely day. The weather here in Adelaide is absolutely fantastic. We've been really blessed just with having sunny days. Yesterday was a little bit rainy at the very start, but not enough to deter some staunch rebels from coming back again and again, day after day, which is really what we need to be doing as the climate crisis rages on. We know that we're just at the beginning, and that we're really risking everything, so we're going to get on with it. And I think we're almost about to go to the next song. I might flick it over. No, it's alright, it's alright. I think... Alright, I'll flick it over. Oop.
Beautiful idea. It's a beautiful idea.
But it's great when it's written on too.
do you want to tell people how they can find out about you and support your work?
So we've been Dead at Chemistry. I'd like to give it up for Ozan Koch on the drums. Brendan Deegan on the bass guitar and vocals and lead as well.
All right.
If you want to find us, our socials are Deadhead Chemistry on Instagram. That's the only account we have. Check us out. We're going to be playing at really crappy bars across the city for the next 3 years. And then you'll see us at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre in about, 5 years. So thank you for your time. Enjoy your day.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Johnny.
Santa's origin shaped from shell. Your prophets lead us all to hell. We'll get in your face, your big disgrace, spreading your lies all over the place. We will stop you, criminals. We will stop you, criminals. Santos Woodside Beach energy, time to make you history. We'll get in your face, you big disgrace, killing crew and ourselves all over the place. We will stop you, criminals. We will.
Hi, Rosie.
We will stop you.
Hello, Glenn.
We will stop you.
We are Extinction Rebellion South Australian at the east entrance of Adelaide Convention Centre. We are singing that we are going to stop the climate criminals, and here some of them come right now. Inside, it's probably lunchtime, getting to the end of lunchtime for the Asia Pacific Oil and Gas Conference. The Asia Pacific Society of Petroleum Engineers are having a conference inside. They've got different lanyards on. I'm not sure if they are for this conference or not. Maybe they're just in disguise. This is day 3 of the conference. We were here on Monday, day 1, all day. We had a mass turnout on Monday, making a lot of noise. Had a couple of arrests. We were here on day 2. Again, making a lot of noise. And yesterday, we were joined in the afternoon by our fabulous Oilers. The Oilers are on their way again this afternoon to do some fabulous activist street theatre. We'll see them when they come. It is extremely moving to watch their performance and think deeply about what they represent. We'll wait till they arrive to talk about that more. But right now, oh look, it's quite interesting that smoking tobacco seems to be quite popular amongst the petrochemical engineers. Maybe they don't think tobacco harms either. Little groups smoking over there with their lanyards on. Never mind, their choice. Sadly, it's also their choice to be in the petroleum industry. 3 days now, we have been greeted by large numbers of police, even though through exhaustion, work commitments and all the rest of it, various other reasons, our numbers are smaller than on the first 2 days. Police numbers have not dwindled. They are still present. I think sometimes we've had about 50 police round about this entrance, the west entrance. We had at 1.4 police horses here, the beautiful Adelaide Greys. But
Get down! Keep these liars out of
the police horses kept out of the way because they were not needed. We might be noisy, but we are non-violent climate activists. Civil disobedience. Holding the banner at some of the engineers down there, having their lunchtime cigarette break. Oh, another one smoking here. Yeah, a lot of smoking going on. Interesting. Anyway, that's a bit judgmental of me. They can choose that. I would also like to acknowledge that we are in beautiful Adelaide. We are on the lands. Wait for that to stop. We're on the stolen land of the Kaurna people. It was never ceded. The Kaurna people, the custodians of this land, always were, always will be. And I acknowledge that. The current chart, gas and oil, go away, don't come back next year in May. That is because Apia is... Oh, hang on, just trying to find my notices. Right, Apia is having a conference, they hope, next year in Adelaide. Who are they? They're the Australian Petroleum Production and Exploration. Almost read that as exploitation, but you know, what's the difference? So, production and exploration of petroleum.
So we might just go silent now for the rest of the action. So we don't want to trigger any problems for any of the attendees. Apart from the oil and gas conference, they can go home right now and never come back. But for the other people here, we want to be respectful to them. We want to be respectful for anybody that has disabilities. So we'll go silent now just for a little while. When the time comes, the oilies are probably not far away. We'll all sit down here for a little while, they'll do their performance, we'll remain silent, and we'll leave silently afterwards. Okay, thanks everyone.
Okay, so there you heard, hopefully the announcement from Ian that out of respect and consideration for other people who are in the conference centre for different conferences, no idea what's going on, haven't looked that up actually, and so we will stop our sirens and possibly triggering noises for them. And we had planned to have a silent vigil for the Oilers anyway, so we're just starting that a bit earlier whilst we wait for them to arrive. Hi Shannon, thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in. Hi Sarah.
I just wondered if you'd noticed that there's a crime scene over there.
The whole thing is a disastrous crime scene, but let's take a bit of a closer look. Thank you, Sarah. Eagle-eyed Sarah, beautiful rebel Sarah, has noticed that we have inside, beyond this barrier, we appear to have something which is not surprising, really. All around we have, I wonder who put that up there. I'm sure you can guess who put that up there. So we have just letting everybody know that there's a police crime scene not to enter, but police are still letting delegates come through. Where was I? I was talking about the APIA conference next year. APIA, Australian Petroleum Production and Exploration Association. And they apparently are, quote, the effective voice of oil and gas. I had a quick look had a little lunch break. I sat down and had a quick look at who's on the board of APIA, their association, and as you would expect, it is all the chief executives of all the major oil and gas organisations. Santos, Kevin Gallagher is in there, Beachside's in there, Exxon Australia's in there, on and on and on and on. So, hi Catherine, are you here with us now? Louis, hi Louis. Yes, so all the big oil and gas players are on the board of the associations of exploration, petroleum production and exploration. So that means keeping on producing what they're digging up now and then exploring for more. So we have plenty of signs up here saying end fossil fuels now. We have started a campaign. This is beginning. This 3-day action at the conference centre is the beginning of a campaign which will be rolling on for about 8 months or so. Extinction Rebellion South Australia, and end fossil fuels now, EFFN, hashtag EFFN. So keep an eye out for that hashtag because we're putting it on everything. So we want to even remotely be able to achieve maintaining the unacceptable climate change we have now. We hope that we could go better than that, but we need to stop everything by the end of this decade. Antonio Guterres has said in response to the UN report last year that the real climate criminals are not the activists who are arrested in some states, jailed around the world, treated abominably. The real climate criminals are the fossil fuel industry, people who are still persisting on dragging out this industry as long as they can, purely for their profit. I know, Kate, what a crime scene. All those climate criminals inside planning more destruction of the planet. And it's taking so many police to keep them in there. Hopefully they're all going to be arrested and thrown in jail. One can hope. Hi Lani, thanks for joining in, tuning in, watching the live stream. We're all waiting for the oilers. Haven't seen them come up. They're coming here by the tram and they do walk very, very slowly, which is great. Looks fantastic. They take a long time to get here, but that's okay. We love them and we're waiting for them. So we're all just being quiet, mindful of the other conferences that are being held inside there today. So why don't we want this conference here? Oil and gas engineers. Major sponsor, Santos. Even more disappointingly, a major partner is the state government of South Australia. That is despite the fact that this government, the Malinauskas government, declared a climate emergency earlier this year. And now they are encouraging these climate criminals to come and hold their conference here in Adelaide. Shame. Shame on them. We want real climate action. We don't want governments to say, oh, we'll declare a climate emergency. The federal government have done that and then proceeded to approve the opening up of many, many new exploration gas sites. So the only way that we will have any progress of halting, averting a global catastrophe is by leaving it in the ground. We are already in catastrophic conditions in many places. In Australia right now, Victoria is still battling floodwaters. I believe the River Murray is absolutely swollen, and just bear in mind the River Murray flows down here to South Australia, so there's going to be knock-on effects here too. New South Wales has had an unbelievably disastrous time with multiple floods, people being repeatedly flooded out, having to move, properties destroyed, nowhere to live. We need to end fossil fuels now if there is any hope of trying to reclaim a livable planet. So, it's time to make it count. May, as we've said, next May, an even bigger oil and gas conference, the APIA conference, will be hosted in Adelaide. Wednesday, which is today, is our last chance to send a message that could lead to this event being cancelled. That would be the ultimate goal. If it is not cancelled, we are just stating plainly now, we will be back here next May. We need to leave no doubt in the government's mind about the level of opposition they will face in bringing this event here. So all the spin, all the greenwashing, all the sports washing has got to stop. Santos only gives huge amounts of money to community events, sporting events, community efforts and programs because under legislation they are required to, in return for favourable treatment about the share ownership for the company. Just thought the Oilers were coming, but they're not here yet. Have a check at the time. Oh no, I saw a yellow. It's a police officer coming up in yellow and black, not a helper of the Oilers. So yes, right now there has been a dumping of Santos as a sponsor for the Darwin Festival as a result of direct action, climate activists saying this is not on, we're not going to accept it. Community does not want Santos sponsoring events. And so thankfully 3 other green sponsors banded together and said, right, they're going to take it on. The next problem we're going to have is a big one. It's the Tour Down Under. Santos has naming rights for that, which is very sad that we have a pretty green event with cycling races, international event, showcasing beautiful South Australia, going through regional towns, through Adelaide Hills, down south. Fantastic event in the heart of the city, usually one evening. So we do not want Santos sponsoring that. So be warned, TDU, Tour Down Under, we are coming for you. Tennis Australia managed to dump Santos as a sponsor, a newly signed up sponsor for the Australian Open in January. And despite a multi-year contract, I believe, between Tennis Australia and Santos was dropped. So it can be done. The Diamonds netball team, brave women, objected strongly to having the name of Reinhardt on their uniform. Gina Reinhardt, daughter of I've forgotten his first name, my head's gone to mush, is it Lang Hanghot? Who was an out and out racist, abominable things he've said about Aboriginal people, and his daughter is a complete denier that there is a problem with climate happening at all. Oh, the Oilers are coming from a different direction. So yes, Gina Reinhardt did her usual thing of throwing money at underfunded sports, and yeah, people don't like it. The players did not want to have it happen. I think all sorts of negotiations going on. I'm not sure what the outcome has been.
If you could sit down now, the Oilers will come up for you.
So let's go and meet the Oilers. The Oilers, street theatre, dressed in black. They are wearing petroleum products in a symbolic act. Lamentation, grief, despair at the death and destruction caused to the oceans, to the planet by fossil fuels. These costumes, the headdresses, have sea life, marine pelicans, birds, dripping in oil, which is not fantastical because I've certainly seen quite a few massive oil spills in my lifetime. Absolutely devastating what it does to the wildlife. Sometimes they just spray surfactants, soapy type things on the surface, which makes it fall to the bottom of the ocean and coats the ocean floor in oil. So you might not see it anymore, but the destruction and devastation carries on for many, many, many years. Virtually impossible for the environment to recover fully to what it was. Oop. Beautiful music playing, composed by Dave McAvoy. Dave couldn't be with us this week. He's a composer, musician. He's interstate. He is a staunch rebel and has gifted the use of this music to us.
fuel industry is killing the future for the planet. And the toxic oil spills, burning fossil fuels is causing serious toxicity in the atmosphere. It's killing us all. That blood represents the blood of future generations and of people now who have lost their lives due to climate change. The fossil fuel industry is behind this. The fossil fuel industry tries to hide it. The fossil fuel industry sells us bullshit all the time. We need to stop them. We invite you all to join us and keep doing this. People on the other side of the barricade, inside that crime scene, we invite you to spend your time off and come and talk to us. You know we're friendly, you know we're polite, you know we're not aggressive, you know we're concerned for what's going on. We invite you to come and join us, jump ship. The state is protecting the fossil fuel industry. The state is promoting the fossil fuel industry. And we need this to end.
Our blood letter has been arrested. Spilling some fake blood on paving the plaza has resulted in the arrest of this brave rebel. She's not being handcuffed like has happened to people before. There will be arrest support. Sorry. Sure. Well, that's a shame. Anyway, day 3 of our demonstrations blockade of the Asia Pacific Oil and Gas Conference. 800 delegates apparently, about 30 different countries taking part. They're going to be having talks, or have had talks by Santos about carbon capture, which is absolutely not a valid solution to vast amount of CO2 being produced by burning fossil fuels. Leave it in the ground. We're going to be having a arrest support. We'll be going with her, following behind the paddy wagon to go to the watch house to make sure that when she's been processed and let out, there is somebody there to greet her and give her love and support and a lift home. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 police. Shout. Anna? Shout some support.
Come on, Mel! Mel is unstoppable! Another world is possible! Mel is unstoppable! Another world is possible!
Seems like they're trying to capture the one who spilt a little bit of fake oil.
You're a hero, Claire! You're a hero, Mel! Thank you for your sacrifice! Thank you, Mel!
She gets
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, 8 police too.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, well, they feel vindicated for having 50 cops here now. Not quite
show
You
us.
are climate heroes, Claire and Mel.
Thank you, Claire. Thank
We
you,
love
Mel.
you.
Thank you. We love you.
These people's grandchildren will thank you.
I thought it was a cop behind me. And after that little bit of upset, the oilies are making their way after having a very
You're
beautiful,
amazing, climate heroes.
beautiful,
We love
profound
you.
theatre action from the oilers, pleading with people to stop the oil and gas industry. Going to be reversing, I guess. And they go forward. One gets the luxury seat in the back cab, accompanied by 3 jolly cops. Thank you, all of you who have been watching, who are watching. Beautiful words for the oilies that some of you put up there in our silent vigil for the destruction and loss caused by the fossil fuel industry. And peace and quiet on the plaza. End of day 3 of the conference. 2:20 here. I mean, who on earth stays for the end of the last day of a conference? Very few delegates, I'd imagine. Everybody nicks off early, going to catch their plane, train and automobile to go home to Japan, Malaysia, Kuwait and all the other places delegates have come from across Australia. Oh, here we go. Look one way and you miss something the other way. Oh, beautiful. Lead oily. He's decided to have a little rest and sit down. Bit of a standoff at the moment. There's an empty paddy wagon. Plenty of police. There go our other 2 brave rebels off to the watch house to be processed. 2 yesterday, 2 the day before. Police liaison coming. So our rebel police liaison are having a chat with that Ollie. Didn't see. Possibly. I missed that. Did you get it on? Yeah. So
It was pretty forceful. I got most of it. Not all of it.
I missed the beginning of what happened here. Apparently this oilie was forcibly dragged away and we're concerned about whether she is hurt. They are helping her to get up. I think they might have a little bit of trouble getting her up off the floor, just between you and me. Oops. Taking the costume. Right. I love that. The cop said stand up and he was holding her legs up in the air. Have to see the moments of humour. This is Mr. Extremely tall cop here. Yes. Megan. Not sure how you pronounce it. I've not been keeping track of everybody who's watching. Dee, hi Dee. Dawn, hi. Dean, Helen, Robyn. Hello, Robyn. And Archangel Michael, lovely. Yes, it was a very moving action. It is stunning. The oil is pleading, lamenting the destruction. So Mai's been searched, and she will be processed into a paddy wagon.
You're amazing, Mai. You're a climate hero. Love you, Mai. Come on, folks. We're going to
She is surrounded by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 police.
Come on, let's go.
13 police surrounding a rebel. Oh, another one in there, 14. I think 13 or 14, let's count. Mai, who's, I don't even know if she's 5 foot tall. So, a little concern about what's going on here. The rest of the rebels, as we had already planned to do at this point, to gather our things and go on our way. But
You're amazing, Mai.
woohoo!
Thank you, Mai. We love you. Thank you for your sacrifice. Future generations will thank you. My nieces and nephews will thank you. The conference goers' kids will thank you more than their parents. Mai is unstoppable. Another world is possible.
So, Mai was arrested for hindering police because she sat down in front of the paddy wagon, which didn't have anybody in it. Nobody was being taken away. She didn't hinder them removing anybody. Got a few of the office workers in the Riverside building having a look. What's today? Wednesday. Wednesday entertainment. Police liaison are still keeping a close eye on what's happening. But we still say no more climate lies, no more spruiking carbon capture as a solution to mitigating the disaster created by digging up and burning more fossil fuels.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 bobs.
Yeah. And she's not even 5 foot tall.
For one, yeah.
Oh dear. It's just ludicrous.
Yeah.
In the best possible way. Yes.
Massive overkill, heavy-handed. There was a police officer with with his hand on his gun.
Right. There, she's been locked in the paddy wagon. She will be taken to the watch house, as with the other 2 rebels. There will be arrest support people from Exile, South Australia, who will be at the watch house to wait for Mai to be processed, and we'll greet her on release. And moving off. So a last look at everybody's departing now. Our faithful TV cameraman who's been with us for 3 days, sterling effort. And cops not sure what to do now, standing behind their crime scene. Adelaide Convention Centre. Meanwhile, they'll be finishing up. It's 2:30, they've got a few hours to go. The Asia Pacific Oil and Gas Conference of Petroleum Engineers, who are inside plotting how to maintain the life of a dying industry. Why? Money, basically. Money would be better spent on investing in renewables. Get out the way of this vehicle wrecking back. So thank you all for tuning in. I'll wind up the live stream today. This is the final day of the conference. We have made a presence here for 3 days. We've made a lot of noise. We've had a lot of dancing. We've had, over the 4 days, I think 7 arrests. And a few people who were just told to go away and they could come back the next day on top of that. So I better find the rest of the gang. Don't forget, we will be certainly having a big shout out at the Tour Down Under in January, because we don't like Santos sponsorship. Looks like a whole lot of people being held inside and let out together till we've gone. I don't think they're our problem delegates at all. They don't look quite the same as the people we saw going in. And next year, Happier Conference. So End Fossil Fuels Now campaign will be running for the next 8 months. This is just the start. So tune in, support Extinction Rebellion South Australia. Join us, join us. You've seen the sorts of things we get up to, so come along and help support. Which side are you on?